What's up, guys? Welcome back and happy Tuesday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. And they're there for you in the description to this video. They're all tagged, so go ahead and check out their pages and the work that they do. Today we've got some heavy storms that are already kind of going on through central Oklahoma. We'll see that continue to develop and intensify, spreading into Texas, and a lot of folks out there could see some pretty large hail, up to 2 inches maybe. So getting into all that, and then it's going to continue into tomorrow, potential to see more severe hail on the table as well as high winds, and we'll get into tornado risks once we get into tomorrow's forecast. But going to talk about the next 48 hours here, and then just in general the active pattern that we've got going on this week. We've got more risks coming at you through the middle and late part of the week as well. So lots to cover here in terms of severe weather, but before we do, come and see us at the Atlas All-Stars Stadium Tour. The next one is going to be on the 27th in Charlotte, and you guys can listen to all the good things Derek has to say about weather and roofing and more. So get out to Charlotte on the 27th if you guys are out that way. If not, we're also in Frisco on October 24th. Now getting into our weather pattern that we've got going on. Today we've got this kind of lingering little trough that's coming off of the main part of the jet stream right now. That's what's driving those storms through the southern plains. Now as that shifts east, we'll get more severe risks into tomorrow, and then this guy comes through later in the week, and that's going to drive a lot more severe weather and heavy rain, storms, etc. through a lot of the west and central plains, even into the Mississippi Valley later on. So we kind of got that to look at in the next few days. It's going to be kind of a lot to talk about here. But right now, it's a lot of cloud cover across the central plains, and then there's that rain that we've got going on through Oklahoma, and we'll take a deeper dive into Oklahoma in a second here. But overall, it's nice and warm in Texas, 90 degrees in Dallas and Houston, getting a little cooler once we move up to the north. Oklahoma's dealing with a little bit of a dry line and frontal situation here. So you can see all that dry air out in the desert southwest. In New Mexico, 51 degree dew points, 62 in Dallas, 64 in Oklahoma City. So very humid once you cross into central Texas and Oklahoma, and that dry line's setting up through the panhandle right now. That's going to kind of impact what we're seeing into later on this afternoon. So where this dry line meets this stationary front that we've got setting up, that's where we could potentially see some pretty large hail driving through this corridor here, all right? So this rain that's moving through central Oklahoma is driving down some cooler air, and then we got that warm air from Texas that's moving up. Those are kind of clashing into each other, and then that dry air is meeting that humid air, so we got a lot of different air masses mixing together right in this area, and that's where we have that potential to see very large hail, and then that's going to track off to the east. Can it hit Oklahoma City? That's what we're going to kind of find out here. But you can see that temperature gradient here on our map, where you get 75 degrees in Norman, where it's bright and sunny, 77 in Yukon, only 69 degrees in Guthrie, where we got that rain. And so that's kind of that influence that we're seeing from that rain this morning, setting up in central Oklahoma. So for a significant hail model, I mean, again, lots of air masses meeting each other, lots of potential to see severe weather when that happens. So we got that nice bright orange going on across I-44 here, all the way down through Lawton and Wichita Falls into this afternoon, where storms are expected to initiate. And then it should linger in the I-35 corridor a little bit into the evening hours and then even the overnight. So we'll see if there's a potential for that to impact Oklahoma City, potentially even Dallas to see some storms. For those initial storms that start up early on and stay isolated, I think we could get up to hen egg-sized hail. If you ever held a hen egg, it's about 2 inches. So looking at that into today with those initial cells, as well as a tornado risk once you get things forming initially. So there we go. 6 p.m., you can kind of see storms trying to fire in a line there. Got a couple that might go dominant in the beginning, and then we get a whole bunch of them tracking off to the east, again across I-44, Wichita Falls by around 8 p.m., and then we got this whole complex going on off to the east as well with more heavy rain, potential to see hail just up to severe limits with this area here. So that's going to continue off to the east, potentially again making a run at Dallas, but it looks like it's going to get very messy as it does by around 11 p.m. So potential into the late evening hours, early overnight hours to start hearing those rumbles of thunder through DFW, probably looking at more of a wind threat once it tracks into that area. And then it should be out into the Mississippi Valley for tomorrow, and we'll see a continued severe risk out that way then. So here's your hail forecast for today through Oklahoma and Texas. That's where we're going to see our largest hailstones out in that red area, but anywhere in this highlighted polygon could potentially see some severe weather and some large hail into today. So if you're in Tulsa, DFW, lower end chances for you, but really anywhere from OKC into Abilene could potentially get hit with those isolated cells producing that larger hail. So moderate chance for all of y'all in that corridor right there, and could see anything from ping pong to golf balls all the way, again, from OKC down to Abilene. Largest hail is going to be centered along the Red River in Wichita Falls, Lawton area for today. Now for wind, things are going to move off to the east before they get into a real wind risk. So now if you're in Oklahoma City, if you're in Tulsa, you guys have a moderate. Dallas is like a low to moderate with those cells making a run into the city late tonight. And then out in Wichita Falls, Wichita, Kansas itself, Abilene, looking a little bit more isolated. So you got that supercell chance, and it's going to, be less of a widespread wind risk as it moves into your area, more of a hail and tornado risk. Speaking of tornado risk, there you go into this afternoon. Now it's going to be from Tulsa all the way down into Abilene. We could get some isolated cells spinning up. There's a good amount of shear. It's just a different change in wind direction and speed as you get up in the atmosphere, basically. Just means that the wind is spinning, and that's what we got in this area here into this afternoon and evening with those storms tracking through. Since they're staying isolated, got to put out a tornado risk for you guys in that red polygon for today. So that's what we got going on through Oklahoma, through Texas for this afternoon. Going to be a long one, going to be multiple waves for you guys out in eastern Oklahoma, and a late hit for you guys in Dallas tonight. So stay tuned to weather for that. And then into tomorrow, again, we'll have that whole system tracking out to the east. Now there's a little bit of a tricky setup because the best conditions are going to be out in central Oklahoma for tomorrow, but that system's going to be wanting to track off to the east. So whatever kind of toes the line in between those two areas has a potential to produce that larger hail by tomorrow afternoon and evening. There we are by 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got some supercells going up south of Tulsa. And then all of that is going to track off to the southeast, trying to spread out to the west through the overnight hours. So we kind of got a hail risk for this area, and we'll highlight it there for you here so you can see it better in tomorrow's hail forecast. So quarters to $half for now in that area, anywhere from Dallas, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Fort Smith. Guys all have a chance. Best risk is going to be kind of out in eastern Oklahoma where the majority of those cells are running. So we'll kind of watch and see where that sets up through tonight and then into tomorrow morning, and we'll update you tomorrow at noon on what that hail forecast looks like. But we also have wind on the table for you in that same area. Again, DFW, Fort Smith, Tulsa, and OKC, everywhere in between has a chance to get up to 60-mile-an-hour winds with that complex as it finishes making its way out through there. So, gonna leave you with our 5-day rain chances here. Got a little bullseye here in the south central plains there, where we're getting, that system just kind of slowly creeping through. Could see a ton of rain getting dumped through there, but a lot of the Mississippi Valley and North Plains are getting plenty of rain in the next 5 days as well. So that's some good news for you folks that have been dealing with the drought. Here's your timeline for that. Today, again, we've got those South Plains severe storms that are going on through Oklahoma, Texas. More of that into tomorrow. And then, it's going to get a little bit more widespread into your Thursday and Friday. Remember, we got that trough swinging through, so that's going to bring us some severe storms out through the Central Plains into the end of the work week. And then just a ton of Mississippi Valley storms on your Saturday. And so plenty of rain for plenty of folks. So that's some good news for you guys. Good news for me and any other fall lovers. That's only 4 days away into the end of the work week. We've got to get through that, get through Friday, and then Saturday is our first first day of fall on September 23rd there. So get out your sweaters, get out your pumpkin spice. It's about that time. And again, we tend to see a little uptick in storm activity once fall starts swinging through. You know, you got that residual summer heat hitting those, you know, winter cold fronts. So potential to see that. We'll keep you guys updated. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video. Smash that subscribe button everywhere else. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can scan the QR code up above me or click the link in the description to this video, and that gets you access to all of our severe weather mapping products. And again, if it's hail, wind, tornado, hurricane, anywhere in the nation, we are mapping it, and we're mapping it live so you guys can track where severe weather is occurring and when. It's kind of cool, but if you want more info on it, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And we'll be back tomorrow at noon to let you guys know what's going on with all of your severe weather risks into the coming week. But for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.